up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Dat Boy Gaming. So today we're back on our level 1 account, and we're going to be kicking some ass and taking some names. So let's go and open up our free chest. The knight, the bowler, just some archers. So this is a deck we're going to be using. We're not going to use any of the goblins this time through. But let's go ahead and jump right into one. Okay, so the first one we're going to be playing is Chica Love. So, some basic mechanics for those of you that may be just starting this game. You always want to start with your tank close to the back if you can at all possible. This is going to allow for much bigger pushes that you may be able to do. So I'm going to fireball all this, take care of it, and it's going to take some hits on that tower. Hopefully take out that witch. And we're actually not going to be able to take out that witch. That's surprising. Most players that you'll see down here have not played the game before. So if you can learn the mechanics of this game fairly quickly, you're going to be able to really do well. This person's actually doing much better than most first-time players do. Okay. So now that we kind of figured out what he has, especially with that mini P.E.K.K.A. and the witch, we are going to try and build up a giant push from the back. So starting off with that giant, building elixir, and we're going to see if he does anything to counter it right from the get-go. So he hasn't placed anything down yet, which means he still probably hasn't reached 10 elixir yet. So we're going to throw it on the bomber. And just to really throw him off, we are going to throw the prince up as well. Yeah, that was way too late on that witch. So with the witch card, if you do have the witch as your epic to start with, always placing her back away from the troops is really good because you can have those skeletons spawn from her and have them do extra damage rather than placing it right on top of a unit, even though it is splash damage. And that's going to be a quick and easy 3-0. Only 2 minutes. So, sorry, Chica Love. And we're going to get a silver chest from that. So we're going to go ahead and start unlocking it. We've already got 30 trophies. Okay. So let's keep on jumping into another one. We're going to be facing Rogue One. This guy's obviously a Star Wars fan. And we're going to do the same type of stuff. So even though this guy's a level 2, this push is going to work just as well. And he's going to start with his small tank from the back, being that knight. So easy way of countering that knight is the prince. And the bomber does tons of extra damage too. Okay, now he is the baby dragon. Unfortunately, we don't have anything yet that is really going to do any damage towards that baby dragon. And especially with us being this low in trophies and this low in arena, there aren't that many great air counters to anything that he has. So to avoid my musketeer from getting really hit hard from that bomber. 1 second. Okay. So our knight did survive. Sorry about the lag. Sometimes with this recording equipment it doesn't favor recording and playing at the same time. So we're going to fireball all the way to get some extra chip damage. An extra tip for you first time players. Never fireball the tower when there aren't other troops around it unless you're trying to cycle through cards. It's a complete waste of your elixir. You're not going to be doing that much damage to the tower itself. And there are much better ways you can be spending your elixir, like starting a new push, doing that, so on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and throw my prince down to try and make quick work of that giant. And he took me quick work of my giant. So he's going to throw down lots of damaging troops. And we're not going to take it out. So we're going to arrow all that away real quick and start a new push with the giant. Wow, these guys are actually doing pretty decent. Now this would be an example of a time that you want to I threw that fireball down too early. Normally you would want to use that on the musketeer, but it worked just as well for this, just for now. So I'm going to throw the bomber to try and take care of all those extra buildings there. And wow, this guy's actually doing pretty good. He's cycling back to that giant fairly quickly. The faster you can get back to your tanks, especially in the lower arenas, the better. So to finish this up, we're going to go ahead and arrow away that tower. So now he has to really worry. We're going to throw a tank down. He's not going to be able to bust through that. And that's going to be game. So I'm surprised I wasn't able to 3-crown him. He's actually doing a fairly good job keeping his towers protected. Now, we're going to do one more for you. So we're at 60 trophies. And we're going to jump into one really quick. And we're hopefully going to be able to 3-crown someone. So we're going to be playing tomorrow. She's also not from the clan. You will unlock clans starting at level 3. So if you're really interested in getting into a clan, it will come in due time, but you can upgrade things as quickly as possible to get up to that level 3 if that's something that really interests you. Now, this guy is going to throw down the witch and the musketeer at the same time. It's not something that I would recommend, although it does end up working out in this case. Just because the knight does make quick work of them. So he is going to fireball my musketeer away, which wasn't worth the elixir since it was basically almost dead. So if there is a troop that is almost dead, unless you're in desperate need to save your tower at the last second, I highly recommend that you save those spells. Kind of like now, I'm going to go ahead and fireball both of those archers away so it can clear some room for my giant to make it in. And he's going to throw it on his witch. Again, I would highly recommend that you do not put it right next to the troop that you're attacking and give it some space, since it is a ranged unit and it does spawn those skeletons. So we're going to throw in our prince right there in the back. He's going to throw down a musketeer to try and take out that giant, and he is going to be successful with that, except we do have our prince coming in hot. So he's still going to be chucking away at that tower, and so is that archer. So he is going to be able to counter that. But now our musketeer is going to get a few shots off on that tower. Is this going to be it? Wow, we're really close. We are only a fireball away, so we're going to throw it on the giant just to make sure he doesn't get any shots on the tower. And we are going to fireball that for an absolute perfect game. No shots on our tower. Whoa. Okay, never mind. We are going to finish arrowing it. And that's going to be the 3-crown. Okay, so we 3-crown tomorrow. Here come Dat Boy. And we got our first golden chest. So these are going to take 8 hours to unlock. And we have 7 crowns for our crown chest. So unfortunately, that's all the time that I have because I have to run the class. But that will be it. And as always, like and subscribe if you enjoyed what you watched. And keep on clashing.